Welcome to day 27, and today we are looking at types of blog posts. So as we have finished designing our website, okay, now what we have to do is to fill it with content. Okay, now one thing you have to understand is that a website without content is nothing. It is the content or the blog post that we are going to create is what is going to drive the traffic or make the website a profitable one. If a reader comes to your website and there is nothing to read about, or the content there is not the best, you are going to be the one who would lose, because you have created something and you want to use it to help people. So it is very, very important to understand the types of blog posts that we have. There are so many types of blog posts out there, but what we are going to consider in our class or concerning the type of website that we have designed, we are going to look at just 4 of them. Okay, and I'm going to show you how these blog posts are, the structure or the features of it, how to create them. Okay, so today what we are doing today is we are going to look at the 4 types of blog posts and how to create them. So we are going to look at how-to type of blog posts. We will then look at product review blog posts, and then we will look at best or listicles type of blog posts, and then product comparison type of blog posts. Okay, so I'm going to show you how these types of blog posts are created, and then how you can use it to fill your content for it to become a very profitable one for yourself. Is that okay? All right, so if you're ready, let's keep going. Now, the first on our list is how-to type of blog post. Now, as you can see, when we say how-to type of blog post, we are looking for examples like how to build a house on a salary without going broke, how to start a business, how to start a blog, how to design a website, or something like how to create a command center on a budget. Okay, whenever you see a title like this, okay guys, welcome to day 27, and today we are looking at types of blog posts. As you can see, we have already finished designing our website. Now, a website with no content is nothing. Okay, we have built a very nice website, but if you don't have any content on the website, your website becomes nothing. Nobody will benefit from it. You will also not benefit from it. Okay, so blog post is what we are going to use, or content creation is what we are going to use to make this website that we just designed a profitable one. Okay, so what I'm teaching you today is that one of the most important thing that you need to understand when it comes to content creation. You see, there are so many types of blog posts out there. Okay, but what we are going to look in this video is we are going to just take 4 of them, because the type of website that we have designed, and according to our business model, we are only going to need these 4 types of blog posts in our website. And so we will not talk about the rest, because there are a whole lot of them out there. Okay, as and when you feel like adding them to your content, you can still go ahead and choose them and then add them to your website. But for now, as we are beginning this website, we are beginning with only 4 types of blog posts. Okay, now I want you to understand something. But before I go into that, let us see what we are going to do today. So today, as I have already told you, we are going to look at the 4 types of blog posts and how to create them. Okay, and these 4 types of blog posts are how-to type of blog posts, product review type of blog posts, best of or listicles type of blog posts, and then product comparison type of blog posts. This is what we are going to discuss in this video or in today's task. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to create them, or how to use them to okay, I'm going to show you how you can use this type of blog post in our website. Okay, you ready? All right, now I want you to, before we go ahead and do anything, I want you to understand something. I have already told you that before anybody goes to a search engine like Google or Bing to type something or look for something online, there is something, or there is an intention behind it. Okay, so when it comes to search engine, every word that is being entered there has an intention behind it. So each and every word, keyword, or each and every search term that you can find on Google or any search engine, it could be either Bing or whatever, there is an intention behind it, and its results that you are supposed to the results that is supposed to come out are not the same. Okay, for example, if somebody goes to online and types something like how to start a blog, okay, now this person is looking for an information, something beginner friendly. Somebody is trying to learn how to blog, how to probably write an article, create content on something. So this is informational. And so in order for you to answer this question so that the Google will accept it and then show your results to this person who is searching for this particular thing, you have to answer it based on what the person needs. It should meet the person's intention. So if somebody go to Google and then type something like how to start a blog, you cannot answer that person by recommending products to the person. It's absolutely wrong for you to do something like that. The person is just looking for an information. So you don't recommend products to that person. You understand? The same thing if somebody goes to Google and then types something like best laptop for 2026 or best laptop for graphic designers. Okay, you cannot just go and then sit there, or you can't put a result that doesn't go with this person's intention. This person is ready or is in the market to buy a laptop, and he or she is looking for the best for graphic design. So in that case, this is not the time you have to go and show the person probably how to install Windows or something like that. No, the person is only looking for a laptop to buy. So you recommend a laptop that you think is suitable for graphic designers. That is how it works. So it is so important to understand the blog post, the type of blog post that you are supposed to write in order for you to meet the person or the searcher's intention. Okay, so that is why it is important to learn this or understand how these things are. But somebody will ask, or someone will ask that, but AI can do all these things completely free for me. So why do I still have to go through all this stress? Well, the good news is that we now have AI that understands how to create this kind of blog posts or these types of blog posts. But one thing is that AI is not perfect as it stands right now. AI can make a mistake. AI can make things, messed up things for you. And what AI is actually doing is that if you ask AI to create how-to blog posts for you, the AI is going to generate a generic kind of type of how-to blog post for you. So you have to understand how to use it, some of the features that you have to add to it, some of the structuring, and all these things you have to understand. So you'll be able to even command or prompt the AI really well for it to generate the right kind of how-to for you. So this is not just going to the AI and then accepting whatever AI is giving it to you. No, you are using the AI in order for you to help you to work faster. Unlike those days where there's no AI, where you have to do everything all by yourself. This time there's AI, but you don't allow the AI to do the work for you. You use the AI to work faster. And so you have to understand what goes in before you'll be able to even prompt the AI to do exactly what you want to do. Okay, so it is very, very important to get this right from the start. Okay, all right. Now that we are clear on why it is so important for you to know this type of blog posts and how to use them, let's hit the road. Now, the first type of blog post on our list is how to blog post. Of course, the most common and most widely used blog post that you are going to use is how to type of blog post. Okay, when we say how to type of blog post, we are referring to examples like how to build a house on a salary without going broke. Usually this, you can have an example like how to build a house on a salary without going broke, how to create a command center on a budget, how to start a business, how to start a blog. Okay, all these how to is what we are referring to. Okay, and this is usually an article or a blog post that you are going to create to explain a process, to teach the person on something. Okay, you are giving an information on how to do something, how to run something, it's just a procedure that you are going to show the person step by step. Okay, so this is what this usually do, and it is one of the type of blog post that is going to expose you on your expertise level, the kind of authority you are within your niche, and how to build trust with your audience. Okay, if you are able to deliver a great results within this kind of blog post, that is where this target audience will also love to see or love to read your content. So it is very, very important to understand that each type of blog post that you are going to create is going to bring in something. It's either it's going to make you authoritative, or it's going to earn you a trust from your target audience, or it's going to give you money, cash. You understand? So it is still very, very important to understand this. Okay. All right. Now let us go in and see how these how-to blog post, the features of it. Okay. First of all, you will see this kind of blog post will have a headline. Okay. Now let's look at the features of this how-to type of blog post. Okay. Now let's quickly look at this template. If you look at this template, this is how how-to blog post is structured. Okay, so as you can see from the screen here, you will have a title. Okay, the post title. So you maybe how to start a blog post, how to start a blog, how to start freelancing, anything. Okay, something like that. And then you will also have to, as usual, have a target keyword within this title. Okay, you have to hide it somewhere within the title, and then your target reader should also be identified within this okay, so the target reader here is referring to the person who is going to read this article, and that is the search intent. Okay, that is where the search intent is going to play the role. All right, so in this case, how-to is going to refer to somebody who is looking for an information, who is going to follow a steps, a process, or look at how something is done. Okay, so that is the target reader. Then you have the outcome. What is this particular blog post going to do for this reader? Okay, is it going to teach the person some steps, how to do something, how to come up with a problem, how to solve a problem, or whatever? The outcome of it should also be identified in this blog post. Okay, then you show the number of steps which is supposed to contain within the tutorial that you are giving. You understand? Estimated time and all that, difficult level and all that. You have to give everything that is supposed to be given to the person who is looking for this. You don't give a half information on that particular education that you are giving. You understand? So all these things must be identified in the blog post. So if we go in deeper, you will see that you will have a hook and an introduction. That is, your title should have you should have a title, and then you have your introduction. Okay, so as you go, then you go to what you need before you start, something like that. Okay, this is something that I have created myself, and I'm just using this to show you how to create this kind of blog post. Okay, and these templates are available in the description below, so you can, if you want to have access with it, it is also something that you will need to help you create this kind of blog post. So you go ahead and then show the steps. Okay, so you go ahead and show the steps, whatever it is, and all that. You understand? Then after that, if there is any troubleshooting that you have to give to the person, other mistakes that may arise with it, you show all that. Okay, so you make the whole thing complete. If somebody is looking for how to bake a cake, okay, how to bake a cake, you can't just give the process and leave it. You should also try to say, if you probably mistakes and other kind of troubleshootings that may come along with, if you can go ahead and tell the person, if you don't do it this way, these are some of the problems that you will get. Then you give those kind of problems, okay, or mistakes that associated with this kind of information that you are giving. So all must be included in this blog post. You understand? Okay, so now when we come back to our slides, let me just quickly show you. So within this blog post, you should have a featured image, and a featured image, as you know already, we have used a featured image before, an image that actually tells a little story about what the blog post is all about. So you have a featured image, or and then within the blog post too, you sprinkle some of the images just to make it more enjoyable, or for the reader to enjoy reading the blog post. You can also add a video. Okay, you can link to a video that explains this into details within this blog post to show the person the process. Instead of maybe putting it in a written form, you can also add a video to represent that. And then you can also go ahead and use flow chart. There's something called flow chart to explain the process or steps that involve in whatever tutorial or whatever education you are giving to the person. And then you can also go ahead and use screenshots. Okay, if it's supposed to be something like you have to install a program, you have to install an app, and you are showing the person how to install it, you can take a screenshot and then show each and every screen what it will display and what the person is supposed to choose and all that. You understand? So this is how a blog post or a how-to blog post is created. So the next type of blog post that we are going to look at is product review type of blog post. Now, this is the type of blog post that you'll find an example like ChatGPT 5.0 review, something like that. You can have something like Lufeya computer desk with file drawers cabinet review, or Asus ROG Strix G16 2026 gaming laptop review. Okay, usually the review kind of blog post will always end with review. Okay, my view, something like my experience, something like that. So any kind of blog post that you find online with a review, it means the person is trying to give his or her account on that particular product, service, or tool that is in the review. Okay, all right. So in this case, it also has a way of presenting it. You cannot create it like you are creating how-to type of blog post. This one has have a different approach on creating it. You understand? Like I've told you, the search intent of this question, the person who is searching for this particular phrase is different. Okay, the person is probably wanted to learn more about the laptop, or he just wants to see some of the features that he or she can get when he buys those kind of tool or use that kind of service or go for that product. So they are not looking for just information. They want particular information on that particular product, on that particular service or the tool. You understand? So you just don't throw the how-to process with this product review type of blog post. So this one, you will have to have a product name. Okay, you have to identify the product name you are trying to review, the brand, the price, where to buy the product. Okay, then you have something like specification. You say the size, the weight, the color. You make that one to also known at the initial stage. Okay, you have to let the person know this is the exact product, service, or whatever I am talking about. So there must be different sizes in this particular product or services that you are or the tool that you are trying to review. So you have to identify it and let the person know this is the exact one you are talking about, not the other one rather. Okay, so in this case, you could if we take the example that we have for, let's say, let's use the laptop. You may have Asus ROG Strix G16 2026 gaming laptop. Okay, you may have that same a gaming laptop that may be of a different specification. You understand? So you have to identify this particular one is what I'm talking about. That is what it means. So you have to state categorically exactly what you are reviewing, not the other one or not the other way around. You can't just put all of them in one review and just go ahead and review all of them like that. You should be specific. So your first impression, after your introduction, you have your first impression. Okay, you go ahead with your first impression. Some cool things you know about this product, service, or the tool. Some features and the benefits. You can, weigh them. Let the person know this is what the person is going to get. These are some of the features available with it. And then you step in with more, go into details, more of the key features that comes with the product. Okay, the external features could be an add-up, but the main features that is very, very important for the person to take note with it. If you're a graphic designer and you are looking for a laptop, you should be more interested in the display. Okay, you should be more interested in the display. So if you are reviewing a laptop that is meant for a graphic design and you don't talk more about the display capabilities, okay, the memory aspects of it and all then you are not talking. You are not making a good review. You understand? So most of the time, these product reviews should be something that you have used before, because if you have not used that product, service, or tool before, it's going to be very difficult for you to give exact or vivid information about how that product, service, or the tool really works. You understand? So you should have some personal experience with it before you be able to say what is there. You understand? You will talk about the pros, that is the advantages of this particular product or service or tool that you are reviewing, and then you talk about the cons, which is the disadvantages of it, probably something that you wished it was there but it wasn't there, and stuff like that. Then you list, if there is any negative stuff that you have also learned, you will go ahead and list them. Show the person that this is available. You found something like this on this product, you found something on this service, you come across something that really doesn't go with you, which it may be you, but that negative may be somebody's whatever he or she is also looking for. Okay, so you state you list any negative that you have found, so that it helps whoever is looking for that information to also be aware of. You understand? Then you compare it with a similar product. You can do that. Okay, sometimes the product review that you are doing, you can brought in product B or a service B to put whatever you are reviewing in kind of a spotlight. Okay, for example, if you are reviewing product A or service A or tool A, and you really want people to buy or choose the product A, you can bring in product B and then make product B look a bit not go in for something like that, just for the spotlight to be on that product you are giving or you are reviewing. So this is another way of you putting this product review content in a very convincing way for your target audience to choose or to understand. You understand? So then after that, you give your final verdict and then you conclude your content or your blog post. So this is how product review is also done. And if I should give you example, as you can see from here, okay, somebody is saying 25 Bluehost reviews to read in 2022. You understand? So this is how this blog post looks like. Okay, so this is it, and it has been updated on 2024. So as you can see, these are the 25 honest reviews. Some of the things, 25 honest problems or stuff that he has found on Bluehost, okay, hosting service. You understand? So he lists all the 25 over here, and then deep dive it for you to have a real understanding of whatever he's talking about. Okay, so it says I've tried 20 to 30 hosting providers, but Bluehost has been my most consistent. You understand? So these are some of the things that the person have identified on Bluehost, and he's out there to publish it out or put it out for you to understand. If you want to choose Bluehost, then these are some of the things that you need to understand or you need to know before you even go in for it. You understand? So this is how product review blog post is also created, or how you can create that kind of blog post. Okay, so this is how it is. All right, let's go to the next. The next one is what we call the best of, or listicles. Okay, when we talk about listicles, it's just a list. In this case, you are listing best of something. Okay, probably you have tools, you've been using some tools and you want to put all of them together and then give it to your audience. So you list all of them. So that's how the name comes as listicles. So listicles here is just a list of products, a list of services, or a list of tools that you are trying to trying to give to your target audience. Okay, now some of the examples that you are going to see, or some of the titles that you're going to be creating around, is something like 10 best AI business planners for startups. You can have something like 5 best laptop for graphic designers in 2026. Okay, so this kind of blog post, or this type of blog post, is also very popular. Okay, it's very, very popular. But one thing I can tell you is that this type of blog post, to me, is one of the hardest blog posts you can create. The reason being that it's like you are compiling product reviews, because each and every item you are going to talk about within the list, you should be able to say a bit more than just an information. You have to give a general overview of the whole thing. So it's like you do a product review, kind of a summary on each and every product or service or tool that you are talking about, and then give it as a one list. Okay, let me show you an example of how what I'm talking about. Okay, so the listicle, something like you can see you can usually have something like 50 best blogging tools in 2022. Okay, so let's see how this is done. So the 54 best blogging tools to use in 2025. Okay, so when you go through this particular blog post, you realize that he is giving his best 54 blogging tools. So he's just not going to mention them and then leave them just like that. So as you can see, he has Right Blogger, free keyword research tool, blog title generator tool, Ahrefs, Google Analytics, and all that. These are all blogging tools that he's giving out there. So you click on the first one, you realize he talks more about it, give you the general overview of what a Right Blogger is all about. Okay, then you go to the next, keyword research. He also go ahead and give the general overview of that particular tool. Some of the content creators go deeper more than what this post is giving. But just like I am telling you, it's because it's having like 54. So he has to make it in such a way that he will be able to get the right number of words for his or her content. You understand? So that is how these listicles is also created. You will have to give the general overview of each item that you are talking within the list. Okay. Okay, now let's look at some of the features of these listicles. Okay. One thing about this blog post, this type of blog post, is that you are, like I have already explained in the example, you are going to give a review or a general overview of the item in the list. So it's like you are giving a product review or a service review or a tool review in general as a list. So, but in another way too, some of the content creators usually do this by still arranging them in a particular order. Okay, for example, they can go with pricing. Okay, they will just go with those. With probably the most affordable one first, and then they go with the best, probably technical support. Okay, there are some tools that you will use and the support may not be good, but it is very professional. You understand? So all these things goes into the listicles. You list them, then you tell them, okay, maybe the most affordable of all the tools is this. Okay, then you can go with probably the most cheapest or the most beginner friendly, something like that. So the best of blog posts usually also go with a particular kind of order. You understand? All right. And you can have some images to also present to know the type of list or the type of product, service, or tool you are talking about. Okay, so if you look at what this blog post is saying, each and every one, you see it's talking about a blog title generator tool. So it gives you a link to that particular tool. Okay, so most of this best of listicles could also give you a money. Okay, I forgot to tell you, the product review type of blog post is one of the blog posts that will fetch you money, because those reviews you will always come with affiliate link. So when your target audience choose to buy this product with your link, you will get your commission. Okay, so product review is one of the blog posts that is going to give you money. It doesn't give you the authority, but rather it fetches you money. The same applies to the best of tool is also a blog post that will also get you money. You understand? Okay, so this is also very important for you to understand. So if you want, usually you have to have more of this blog post, that is product review, best of listicles and stuff like that, more on your website as an affiliate marketer. Okay, all right. Now let's go to the next let's go to the next type of blog post that we are going to talk. That is going to be the last one. Okay, is what we call product comparison type of blog post. Okay, product comparison type of blog post is just like comparing two of similar products or the same product. You understand? You can go, you can have an example like ChatGPT versus Claude AI. They are all AI tools, and you are comparing the two. Okay, you can go with Nano Banana. Oh, sorry. You can go with ChatGPT versus Gemini. You can even have all the three: ChatGPT versus Claude AI versus Gemini. Okay, so all the three, you are comparing all the three, and then give your readers what options are there for them, what ChatGPT can create, what Claude AI can also create, and then what Gemini can also create. So you are comparing these three tools at the same time. Okay, you can have something like Bluehost versus DreamHost. Bluehost is a web hosting service provider. DreamHost is also a web hosting service provider. So you are comparing these people or these two services, and then give your readers the choice for them to choose. You understand? So Bluehost has their Bluehost have their own probably weakness, what makes them sell, their pros and their cons. The same thing when you go to the Bluehost, DreamHost, they also have their pros and cons, why their cherished customers choose them. So you compare them, you expose them, you give them the price options, the service they are going to get from Bluehost, the service they are going to get from DreamHost. All these comparing, you do it within this blog post. Okay, so just like the product review, you should also be able to deep dive it so that you'll be able to show all the corners of these kind of things. Because if you've not used the product before, or if not used the service before or the tool before, it's going to be very difficult to know exactly what is inside in there for you to be able to say it. Okay, so these days there are AIs that they can even get you the other information that probably you may not be if you are not using that tool or that product, you can get it, but it is usually the best for you to use the product before you'll be able to talk about it. Okay, all right, so this is how this this blog post is also created. So in this case, if you have to go further, it is just you showing the difference within these tools, within these products or services. You compare features, pricing, user's choice, limitations, and stuff like that. These are the things that you show within this blog post, so that the reader will be able to know, if I choose this, if I choose product A, this is what I'm getting. If I choose product B, this is what I'm getting. If you could remember, before we start our hosting of websites, I told you that there was a hosting service that is not allowing me to pay with my local currency, but there is also another hosting device, hosting service that is also allowing me to pay with my local currency. So these two choices that I have made me make whatever choice I want to make. You understand? It is either you go with the one that is not allowing you to pay, or you will pay it in dollars, or you go with the one that will allow you to pay in your local currency. So that depends on your choice. Okay, so in the blog post, in this type of blog post, you are only giving the option for the reader to choose. You can also give your recommendation. If you want to go this way, this is what you are going to get. If you want to go this way, this is what you're going to get. So in that case, that is how this 4 blog posts, or in that case, this is how these 4 type of blog posts are all created. I'm going to link the template that you can use to create this blog post in the description below for you to copy them. That is, if you want to use my way of creating them, you can use it and then use it to create your content. Okay, is there any question, guys? Is there any question? So in a nutshell, what you're going to do is that you have to identify all these blog posts, all these types of blog posts, and then make sure that you get them on your website. Okay, so as we are about to create our content on this new designed website, we are going to mix all these 4 types of blog posts within our content in order for it to become more profitable and more professional. You cannot create only how-to blog posts on the website. You cannot create only product reviews. You cannot create only one product comparison. No, you have to strategize it, structure it in such a way that it goes evenly. Okay, you are going to decide on what this is going to be. Okay, and as you all know, we are going to use topical authority in doing this. So most of the blog posts, most of the topics that we are going to consider writing or creating content around them, we are going to deep dive it, going all around it. So we will have a lot of these kind of blog posts within the website. Okay, so tomorrow I want us to start this content creation. We are going to create our content creation calendar tomorrow, so that we will be able to start the blog posts per day. Okay, we are going to create each one blog post per every day, so that in the next 30 days you will be able to have at least 30 blog posts on your website, and that will then give you that kind of grounding, so that you'll be able to search for avenues that is going to bring in more traffic, and then more probably turn them into money. You understand? So let's meet tomorrow and then get the content creation calendar also created, so that when we start the second part of this challenge, we are going to be we don't have time to be wasting, because you know exactly what to do on every day. All right, so we have come to the end of today's video. So if you get any value from this video, please smash the subscribe button and then like the video, and let me see any kind of question that you have in the comment section. I'm going to read all of them, so please let me know whatever you have with regard to these types of blog posts. Okay, until I see you tomorrow, bye.